Hey guys, it's Ethereal Awakening bringing individual zodiac sign reading. Today is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And I did go through some things last night and had Spirit come through real loud for this disclaimer in each one of my videos today. If something in my messages triggers you, good. Something in my messages helps and guides you, good. Negative comments or any of that will be deleted and ignored. I've been in the position of being ignored. I've been in the position of sitting in self-pity and victimhood enough to know that when you're being triggered, that is Spirit coming through, God coming through, asking you to look at something about yourself. Not about other people, but about you. So negativity, projected outward will completely be ignored, but I am happy to trigger you. If I offended you, you needed it. That's shout out to Corey Taylor, big Stone Sour fan here. But anyways, again, this reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Check your North nodes. If something resonates in your heart, that's your best guide. Then the message is for you. If it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, spit it out. Walk away. No big deal. So let's get on and popping. Spirit, what messages do we have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the sign of Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Virgo. All right. Thank you in advance. All right, current energy. King of Cups. Some emotions being stirred up. Knight of Swords, current energy. Some honest feelings. For me, these two court cards in your current energy means you are becoming clear about your feelings to yourself. You are really looking, because they're both looking in the same direction. I want to move forward out of whatever it is that has been not serving me. So emotionally becoming clear and wanting to move forward with that. Five of Rods in your heart space. Strength. Virgo. So outside there's some turmoil, some issues, some fighting, some bickering. Maybe you're not getting along with coworkers. Maybe you're not getting along in your home environment. Something around you in your situation, in your circumstance, is requiring you to take a second look at it. Look at it a little more in detail. Because the Five of Rods is, the energy of fighting and arguing with the people around you. It doesn't have to be at home. It can be at work or at church or wherever that you're surrounded with some fighting and tension. This, with strength next to it, this is Spirit in your heart. Beautiful, by the way, Virgo, having strength from God right there guiding you. But the strength, to me, how does she get the strength to tame the beast? Well, she kind of learns everything there is to know about the beast, understanding the beast on an intimate level, and then with her bare hands she can simply sit there and become one with that beast. So it's whatever the fighting and arguing is about that's around you is really just Spirit saying, hey, step back and look at it, not individually, not, well, he should did, and they said, take a step back. The arguing is not what the individual argument was about. The argument is an argument. And being right and being happy become very much the goal once you've expelled. If you want to keep the progression of rods going, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then, we're just so overly fatigued that, that's when you find yourself in cycles of depression and things like that. Because you're so focused on the details that you're not recognizing that the fighting just simply needs to be recognized for fighting and arguing, not what the individual fight and argument. If you're constantly fighting and arguing, it's just going to be a new fight, a new argument, no matter what. So this is Spirit asking you, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And you absolutely know. Got the Queen of Swords as possible outcome. 3 of Pentacles. So your possible outcome is becoming very clear. This is, when you got current energy in the King of Cups and then the possible outcome as the Queen of Swords, that's a balance. That's emotionally very honest. And then we have the Knight of Swords in our current energy. So we've progressed from the Knight of Swords all the way to the Queen of Swords when we simply take that bit of advice that we already know. I mean, really, the individual fight, again, is just irrelevant. It doesn't matter that you are fighting over something you feel is fundamentally, important. That's really irrelevant if you're finding yourself heading towards, bouts of depression and heading towards things that will stop you from doing the good things in life. And then in your possible outcome, Three of Pentacles, once you become clear, that's when you'll realize you'll start getting that motivation back. You'll realize that there's something that you really do want to work for and towards. You'll want to come together with the right people for the right reasons. And the arguing is, we're just being honest. People who want to argue with honesty, again, you will fight with them until the cows come home. It's not fighting a good fight. Underlying energy is Eight of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Seven. So there's two sevens here. So, you're emotionally done. You're ready to go away. You're reflecting back on everything that you've been through. Everything that you've built into your reality at this point is something that you can utilize for a projection forward. What worked, what didn't work. And then tweaking that to move forward. And again, that's kind of like encompassing a strength card by saying, first off, it will come together. This Queen of Swords and Three of Pentacles in your outcome is absolutely possible when you become this Queen of Swords. When you cut the bullshit out, you walk away from things that are emotionally unfulfilling. You use the past as the tool to glean what was necessary and leave the rest behind. It didn't serve you anything. To be right about a fight is irrelevant if you're unhappy. So happiness being the goal. And then, your defensive nature will fall away too. You will have progressed, 5. Then we've got the 7. So, this is foretelling of that emotional exhaustion and just wanting to move away from it. Because we also have the progression between the cups and the rods. Because we've got 5 rods, 7 rods, 8 cups. So 5, 7, 8. We're moving into, if we keep going with this in your heart, holding on to these fights and arguments and all the little details of them, if you hold on to that, you're heading on to the 10 of Wands. And that's when we find ourselves depressed and having to pull ourselves out of a pit that's way deeper than if we stop right now when we recognize that these fights are irrelevant. We don't have to fight. We can work together with people who are honest and clear and want to cut out the bullshit too. But you got to do it for yourself first. You won't recognize it in anything external to you if you're constantly being, fighting with yourself. If you're arguing and fighting with yourself, then that's not going to get you anywhere outwards. So this is becoming very clear about what moves you forward in an honest and very concise way, because underlying energy is showing you that this is a warning that you are heading into emotionally being exhausted. And then, 10 of Rods, your drive has now left you, and it's depression. I mean, I'm seeing that a bout of depression can come from exactly the setup when we fail to recognize way early that it's not worth it. Become very clear about what's important, being right or being happy, and everything will come together. What you want to manifest will come together. In birthing a baby and birthing a new idea, it will get painful right before the miracle happens, right before the baby crowns and is born. It's the most painful. So this isn't going to feel good, and avoiding the pain of it isn't. It's just prolonging, the inevitable outcome. And I'm seeing depression as the possible outcome. I'm seeing that state of hopelessness and hopelessness that comes from 8, 9, 10, the 8 of cups being, ignored, and the 5 of rods progressing up to what we had in our underlying energy, the 7. So, Virgo, it's really, in a nutshell, is Spirit asking you to really pay more attention to what makes you happy, as so much, not so much into what makes you right. Because being right being right above all of this fighting and arguing and defensiveness is going, it can lead to a depression when things don't come together as like you want. But being honest and open with yourself is a very big key, and really taking a second look at how being happy takes huge amounts of strength. That's the strength, is recognizing that being right is nothing compared to being happy, and choosing that. I hope this helped, Virgo.